Hello, I'm Mark Seal with Sports Night. We're going to start with some cricket where West Indies fast bowler Kemar Roach says the team's ultimate goal is to return home with the Wisden Trophy as the visitors gear up for the much anticipated three-test series against England starting on Wednesday. The first test at the Ageas Bowl will mark the resumption of cricket after the sport was suspended back in March due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Conditions now, we're in England this time, so I've seen that England have made some changes to their batting lineup. So it's all about assessing each batsman and finding out their weaknesses and obviously exploit them. Of course, I would love to have the same batting lineup because that's what we got accustomed to for the last couple series we had. So, but some few changes here. So it's all about sticking to your game plan and then assessing each batsman, as I said, and let's see how well we can come up against them. It's fantastic to have Shannon around. Once he's fit and firing, we all know what he's capable of. He's had a fantastic couple of years for the West Indies. He's bowling excellently. So with him, myself, and Jason, also with Azari, I think we're confident in how we understand each other's bowling. And obviously, as I said, we have a lot of discussions and a lot of meetings with each other. And obviously, we're ready now to go and get on the park and obviously perform for the West Indies.
Spoke about the ban on saliva being used on match balls, which has been put in place by the International Cricket Council in the wake of COVID-19. The ICC committee had earlier, however, noted that the risk of spread of the virus through sweat is highly unlikely and saw no need to prohibit that practice. However, Roach stated that the Windies will find a way to shine the ball despite not being able to use the traditional method.
It's going to be tough for us without saliva. And I've seen some talks about chucking it to the sweatiest guy. And yeah, that's probably a great idea. But we've been trying some other methods, obviously rubbing it in the clothes a little harder. There's some other things that we're trying, and you're still in the works of what's the best way to go about it. But I'm sure there's a couple of sessions today and for the follow-up to the test match, we can find a remedy to get the ball moving and obviously get the one side of the ball polished nicely. So it's still trial and error right now, but I'm sure by Wednesday we have something ready before the test match.
West Indies had famously defeated England during the previous series between the two sides that was played right here in the Caribbean. A draw in this now series would be enough for them to retain the Wisden Trophy. The final two tests of the series will be played at Old Trafford in Manchester. Sri Lanka batsman Kusal Mendis has been arrested after the vehicle he was driving hit and killed a 64-year-old cyclist earlier today. The police media unit confirmed the accident occurred in the south of Colombo and that the victim had been a local resident who sustained serious injuries and died as he was being admitted to hospital. Mendis, who plays all three formats for Sri Lanka, will appear before the Panadura magistrate, likely in the next 48 hours, while police conduct an investigation. The initial police statement made no mention of whether either Mendis or the victim were under the influence of alcohol. As Sri Lanka's lockdowns and curfew have now ceased, Mendis was allowed to be on the road at the time. He had been part of Sri Lanka's residential training camp, which ended on Wednesday. On now to football, where Liverpool's perfect English Premier League home record remains intact after today's 2-0 win over a struggling Aston Villa. In their first home game since being crowned Premier League champions 10 days ago, Liverpool were fortunate to edge past their relegation-threatened visitors, who had the better of the few exchanges that were available at Anfield.